Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with a controversial view of The Funhouse. With this month's theme of Video Nasties for Monthly Theme Thursday, Jason and I have decided to sprinkle in a couple of video nasties for controversial view. The Funhouse is a 1981 horror film directed by Tobe Hooper. And believe it or not, it is a video nasty. More on that in just a bit. Before I get to that though, I want to discuss some other controversies surrounding the movie. By the way, as you can see, this here is my original MCA VHS release of The Funhouse. Popular horror author Dean Koontz wrote the novelization of The Funhouse under the pseudonym Owen West. Here is my hardcover copy of the book. As you can see on the bottom, it says, based on a screenplay by Larry Block. This book contains a lot of backstory, and that, added with the fact that there was a delay in post-production of the film, many people believed the movie was based on the book. But while the book was released first, Dean Koontz did write it as a novelization of the movie. During filming, director Tobe Hooper at one point was nearly struck by a flying cog. Fortunately, he was saved by an extra. Unfortunately, the extra ended up with a broken arm in the process. There was another accident that occurred during filming as well. A carnival ride carrying several passengers was left on for nearly half an hour. This particular ride typically ran for only 4 minutes. The passengers threw up and screamed as the ride continued to run, much longer than it was supposed to. Just thinking of this reminds me of that carnival scene in Problem Child 2. When the ride finally stopped, the passengers could not walk and were somewhat twisted in their musculature. An ambulance was called, but luckily no one was seriously injured. Yet another accident during filming was when director Tobe Hooper was bitten by a brown recluse spider. Ouch. There is also a controversy within the film itself, which has been brought to light in more recent times. Elizabeth Berridge, who plays final girl Amy, was 18 years old at the time the movie was filmed. As a kid, I had such a crush on her in this. Elizabeth has multiple nude scenes in the Funhouse, including a shower scene in the opening. Despite the fact that she was old enough at 18 years old, many people seem to have a problem with the nudity. They feel that especially the shower scene was too gratuitous. While I don't necessarily agree with that, I do think the most taboo thing about it is the fact that her younger brother would have seen her completely naked in the context of that scene. Little Joey was a pervert. No, not me. That's her brother's name in the movie. This leads me to yet another controversy. The Funhouse was filmed in Florida due to its more relaxed child labor laws. Much of the cast was made up of young actors. And finally, the biggest controversy of all regarding the movie. The fact that it was named a video nasty. Not only that, but it was prosecuted, although that attempt failed. That's because the censors made a mistake in confusing Tobe Hooper's The Funhouse with another film. Jason and I will be discussing that other movie next week for Controversial View. Until then, I highly recommend checking out The Funhouse if you haven't. This is actually my favorite Tobe Hooper film. If you enjoy carnival settings, chances are you'll love this. In my opinion, The Funhouse has the best, most authentic carnival setting in any movie ever made. But if for some reason you think it's not for you, that's fine. Jason and I watched it, so you don't have to. This is just my controversial view. Please be sure to check out Jason's as well. If you have seen it, what are your thoughts on The Funhouse? Comment below and let me know. What is the controversial movie with which The Funhouse was confused? Check back next week to find out. Remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.